this is this week's viewer's choice recipe from the Fakeaways book, and you all chose pizza, which is, I'm very happy about that. What I didn't realise initially was there are many steps to this. It's more choices, like when you go in you can choose your topping, you can choose your, yeah, it's like that. But the first thing we need to do is make the pizza dough, which is fine, that's step number 1. And then step number 2, which I didn't see when we put this out as an option, is to pick your sauce. Now I thought maybe I'll do 2 pizzas. I mean, this dough, this recipe is supposed to make 1 big pizza to serve 4 people. I thought I'd make 4 smaller pizzas so that we can have 2 different toppings. So more for you to watch. So the options are tomato pizza sauce, which we're going to do, hummus pizza sauce, and Bianca pizza sauce. We're going to do the Bianca one as well. And then step number 3 was to pick your toppings. So this is the one I showed you on video, so I will do this one. And then the other options were ham and portobello mushroom ring pizza, caramelised onion and goat's cheese pizza, which we're going to do because I really like the sound of that, ricotta and spinach pizza, meat feast pizza, I think that might be it, that is it. Each one then has different sins. So caramelised onion, which we're going to do, will be 7 sins including the dough per pizza, which is far, far less than if you're ordering it in. And the Mediterranean vegetable pizza is 5.5 sins including the dough. So first thing we need to do is to make our dough. So we're going to need bread flour. I bought this one, strong bread flour. It didn't specify white or wholemeal, and in the picture it looks white, so I went for white. And you need 125 grams. Okay. I'll do it by the spoonful, otherwise it's all going to go everywhere, I think. Into the bowl. 73, 90, 115, 125. That's far less than I thought it was going to be, actually. So we need to stir in 7 grams of instant active yeast. So I have bought these sachets from Asda today, and each sachet is 7 grams. So one of those. Stir that in. And then we need to make a well in the middle. Well. And we need to add in, oh, hang on, before we put the well in the middle, a bit of salt. Right, bit of salt going in there. Give it another mix, then back to the well. Okay, so into the well we need to pour in 75 mils of warm water, which I'm just going to measure out now. So 75 grams of warm water. And then it says, I'll just take it off the scales, it says to mix with a wooden spoon until thoroughly mixed, and it should be quite a moist dough. And it says to knead it for 5 minutes. Yeah, so instead of dusting the side, I dusted the bowl. Now I need to knead this for 5 minutes until smooth, which it is, and then it says cover with a tea towel until you're ready to roll. If you want thin crust, then you don't need to cover it and leave it. I'm doing this ahead of time, so it will be left to prove. There we go then. I'm going to cover this with cling film and leave it until dinner time. Let's see if it grows. Now to the sauces. So I'm going to start with the Bianca pizza sauce. Again, this is being made ahead of time, just to save time this evening. So I'm hoping this evening it's a case of construct, cook and eat. And the preparation is done beforehand. So we need 1 onion, as you might have noticed, and 2 cloves of garlic. And first thing we need to do is to fry the onion and the garlic. So that's the onion and garlic frying. It doesn't need to be chopped brilliantly. It's all going to get whizzed up. I'm adding a little bit of water just to stop the garlic catching. And that just needs to cook until everything's soft. Whilst that's cooking, in a blender, the blade in would help, we need to pop 300 grams of cottage cheese, which is the whole pot, and 100 grams of quark. Now I don't think this blender bowl is going to be big enough for that, so I might have to do this in 2 lots, but that's okay. So I'll put 50 in now and 150, and eventually when this is cooked, half of this. You know, I might actually be able to get all of this in there. We'll see. Anyway, our onions and garlic need to go in with the quark and the cottage cheese. Probably using a spoon would be easier. And then all of this is going to get whizzed up. There we go. Bianca sauce. Let's get it in the bowl. Looks nice. Thick, nice and thick, cheesy, oniony. If we don't use all of this on the pizzas, I am sure we can use it on other things. Maybe even a jacket potato. I don't know, what do you think? If you didn't use all of this on a pizza, what could you use it on? Could use it as spread on toast. Okay, I'm impressed with this one. Let's have a little taste. Yep, that's good. The second pizza sauce I'm going to make is the tomato pizza sauce. We need 4 shallots, 2 garlic cloves, a tin of tomatoes, 4 tablespoons of tomato puree, which I think I might be hard pushed to get, but we'll try, and a handful of freshly chopped basil. All of it is going in a pan, but what I might do first is just fry off the onions and garlic. The shallots I've cut very finely. I'm just going to give them a little bit of a head start on the cooking. Now, if you find that you've made too much of either sauce, that's fine, because I'm pretty sure, particularly with this one, you could always boil up some pasta and just add the sauce to it. So yeah, I'll let that cook, and then we'll add our tinned tomatoes and as much puree as I can get out of the tubes. Okie dokie, time for the tinned tomatoes. And there you go. Just gonna swill it with a bit of water. Make sure we've got all of the tomatoes. Mix it all through. I do have a new tube of tomato puree, 4 tablespoons. If, like me, you just have ends of tubes, then whatever you can get out. Which is not going to be 4 tablespoons. That may be a tablespoon and a half worth. I am going to... This is actually not in the book, but we add this to all of our tomato sauces, Tabasco, just a few drops. You don't have to, it's not part of the recipe. Okay, give that a mix as well. Season. And then it says to add a handful of freshly chopped basil. So in that goes. And allow it to simmer for around 25 minutes. And there's the tomato sauce topping. Again, yeah, if it's too much, then that will be perfect for pasta for lunch boxes. I'm going to let that cool down, and we'll come back to this in a little while to complete our pizza. I've just weighed the dough. It comes in at 200 grams, so that's nice and easy, fair split of 50 grams per portion, because it should serve 4. Really, the recipe book states about making 1 pizza, but I want to make 4. 2 with one flavour, 2 with the other, half of them will go in the freezer. So I need to roll these out into a pizza shape, but they're not big, they're more like little flatbreads. These two will end up in the freezer and the other two are going in the oven. So now I'm going to spread the topping on. So one will be tomato, the other will be the white sauce one. Spread it to the edges. There will be enough sauce here left for pasta at some point. Okay, and then one of the pizzas in the baking tray. Meanwhile, the vegetables in the pan are still frying away nicely. And I'm going to put the white sauce on the other one. So when this is actually finished, this white sauce one, because this will be the onion one and goat's cheese, that will be 7.5 sins. And that one there, the tomatoey one, that one's going to be 5.5 sins. The first lot of vegetables have cooked, so I'm going to get them on top of this pizza. Try and split it evenly. It's not char grilled, which is what the book says, but this will go in the oven, so it's going to cook further. Well, not this one, the other one. So if you were doing the pizza, it would be for 4 people. You would be doing 1 whole yellow pepper, 1 whole red pepper, 1 whole red onion, and a courgette. But I've halved that because of the way I've split this recipe down. Okay, that is the first pizza topped. We're going to get on to preparing the second pizza topping. So in the pan are 2 onions. If you are doing this recipe on its own for the pizza to serve 4, you have 4 onions. There's also 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to cook these onions. This is for the other recipe, which is caramelised onions and goat cheese. So I'm going to cook them until they're really soft, basically. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. Okay, these are starting to look translucent, so in with a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. That smells nice. We're going to pop our onion onto pizza. Leave a little bit of edge, according to the book. Sprinkle some cherry tomatoes on top. You're supposed to have thyme as well, but we don't have any thyme, so I think Kath might have just used the last of it. So if you have thyme, sprinkle that on. And then the recipe calls for 40 grams of goat's cheese, but because I'm splitting this into 4, it's 10 grams per pizza, and that goes on top as well. And then these pizzas need to go in the oven for 15 minutes. Not as easy to crumble as I thought it would be. I've never used goat's cheese before, so this is new. There we go, that only took 15 minutes, gas mark 6, which is 180. Caught a bit on the top, but we're going to cut these in half and have half of each flavour each, and I'll show you that when that's on the plate. And that will be 6.5 sins for dinner, 6.5 sins. There we go. Pizza, salad, potatoes. What do you think, Kath? Kath's going to try the pizza. Which one are you trying?
So, I'm going to try the
This one.
goat cheese one first because I do like goat cheese.
Okay. It's got a good crunch. Yeah? Is it pizza-y?
That's really nice actually. Like that.
Yeah.
And the other one?
Crunchy.
Oh, that's quite nice as well.
I think she
the sauce is
prefers
quite good. But I prefer the goat cheese actually.
There we go then. That was viewer's choice for this week. Many thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.